Welcome back, people. Yeah. Um. Today we're gonna mix it up a bit, just checking out what's going on in the space as far as United States. They announced today Pochettino as their head coach, the ex-Chelsea head coach. Lot of experience there, and he was talking. He was saying basically he's there to win. He's there to win the World Cup. If you look at the CONCACAF region with a coach like that, um, two high quality coaches coming into CONCACAF over the past couple of months with Pochettino coming in with the United States. Going to be very interesting to see how he works with that kind of talent. Pulisic, he was at Chelsea at one point, so he would have played high level football, though wasn't there under Pochettino, but he has been there, so he understands the game at a high level. And here is a head coach who has coached at the top level in Europe. We saw him turn around Chelsea. Can he do that for the United States? Can he do that for the United States? It's like when Jurgen Klinsmann came and changed the US program. The US program was a program that tends to draw a lot of games, played boring football. I think the coach under Bruce Arenas, Jurgen Klinsmann came in and they lost some games with some crazy results, but they got some really good results. They got some really good results because they were the team. They were the team that was taking the most risk, basically, the United States. So they're gonna be shaking up. They're gonna be shaking up CONCACAF. We can see that happening shortly. Can the United States take it one step further with a better head coach? I think they can. I think big up yourself, right? I think the United States can take it. But Canada, surprisingly, everybody has to be surprised that Canada has also really improved. Canada has made a massive jump when it comes on to CONCACAF. Canada has made a massive jump. I would say Canada has almost caught up to the United States right now when it comes on to football. I can almost say that Canada has basically caught up to the United States when it comes on to football. So this coach coming in, Pochettino, he will be able to take it over the line. I'm sure he will be able to take it over the line um, for the United States. Mexico has been changing out their coaches. Just looking at the region, when it comes on to that part of the show. And of course, we look into the EPL games that's coming up tomorrow. Always enjoy EPL Saturday at home, watching the game. Get what you need to get done. Saturday, the best day, EPL day as well. And Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know, is he the most, big up yourself, Caris, is Cristiano Ronaldo the most famous football player in history? I think he hits a billion followers or something, right? He hits a billion followers on Instagram. Cristiano Ronaldo. Um, is he the best football player? I'm not sure. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo is the best, but he's one of the best football players that has played the game. But he also got the luck of playing in an era where social media was prominent as well. So there's a lot more to that. We saw even David Beckham. I think I was reading today David Beckham's son. I think he was at Brentford. He's at, I think, Brentford U team or something. He's no longer playing football. He just retired from football today at 22. David Beckham son. So I guess he said he's gonna go into fashion and modeling and all those things. So that's what the effect, I think, of Cristiano Ronaldo able to pull that off. He's the best, exclude World Cup title. Yeah, but does Cristiano Ronaldo perform well for Portugal? th- he tends to perform better because after he left Manchester United, right? Or at Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo's form started to dip a little bit. I think when he went back, when he went to Real Madrid, he really hit another form. He really hit another level. I think after Real Madrid, I think that was it. I think Real Madrid got everything they paid for out of Cristiano Ronaldo. After that, I don't think he was the same. I think that's the last time Cristiano Ronaldo played his best football. We saw him coming back at Manchester United, destroy the dressing room. He was a part of that whole thing. Players not respecting coach and that whole situation. He was much slower. They kind of turned him into a number nine. You remember when Cristiano Ronaldo came out, right? Manchester United. We are watching this kid. I think he's about 17, skinny. Ferguson getting him out there, Skulls and those guys. He's coming down the wing. He was a bit weak when he started out. Cristiano Ronaldo would get pushed off the ball, but very skillful. Everybody know the talent was there. That's a athlete, Cristiano Ronaldo, that really took fitness to another level. Yeah, that's another player who took fitness to a whole nother level, Cristiano Ronaldo. He really talk about this player, Cristiano Ronaldo, don't even take vacation. Like this guy's always working out. Some people would say he overdo it. I don't know. Some people would say that, but it made him into one of the best players in the world, or he's a part of the discussion. He performs everywhere he goes. Yeah, but he doesn't perform for Portugal. Big up yourself, Mario Williams. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't perform for Portugal. I think he came off the bench the other day and scored. Actually, he scored off the bench. But throughout his career, like how a Messi won it for Argentina, Cristiano Ronaldo haven't really done it for Portugal. And Portugal have a good team. If you look at their players, Bruno Fernandes, all those guys, they have really good players. Silva, all those players, but it never works out. I'm watching Portugal from the days of um, Figo. You remember? I think the guy name was Luis Figo. I think that was the name of the player, Figo. They lost a finals, the European they lost that Euro finals to Greece. I think a 1-0 win to Greece. That was a tough Greek team in that year's Euro. And Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo was a kid that time. He wasn't even playing, I think he wasn't even starting at Manchester United yet. So he's a player that really came on the scene um, by working his way out there, and now he's one of the biggest in the sports. And he doesn't really speak good English, but he has a personality. I never see a video of Messi like talking or something. You know what I mean? Like Messi just focuses on football as well. That's why he's so great. Messi, you never Messi, Salah, those players. Look at the best players. They're not the I think all of those players you would probably say Cristiano Ronaldo would probably be the most. I don't know about Mbappe, how much he's in the media space, but Cristiano Ronaldo is the man. He's out there. Um to tell you a story, bro. I met this young lady on my way home one of these evenings, and we're just talking about stuff, and it come up that her dream guy was Cristiano Ronaldo, and I was like, wow, shit. Maybe that's what I said. I'm retired a long time. I said, wow, Cristiano, she said, Cristiano Ronaldo, she had pre. And it was good. It was just a conversation. One of my neighbors. The same. I walk home with my daughter, and she was just telling me, I say, yo, people out here walking around thinking about Cristiano Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo, very good player, but I don't know. At the end of his career, I don't like the way he finished when he left Man U. When he left Man U, I didn't like how that ended so abruptly. I didn't like that. I didn't like when he left Manchester United. That was a very over 900 career goals. All right, yeah, that's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals. But he's still. I still think he could have hit another peak. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much of him, but I think he could have hit another peak. What do you think? I think he could hit another peak. As I said, after Real Madrid, he hasn't really after Real Madrid, I haven't really seen where he really just stepped it up a whole nother level. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. So we touched on the United States bringing in Pochettino as the new head coach um for that ball club or that country. United States, this is gonna even make them even more stronger. I think this is gonna make them way stronger. But enough on Cristiano Ronaldo. Caris, I don't even know what team you guys support. I don't know what team you support. As you know, Saturdays, um, Saturdays are English Premier League games. Anybody who's not watching Premier League games on a Saturday, I don't know. I don't know what you do on your weekend. Yeah, I'm looking at some stats from him. Yeah, he does have a lot of goals, and he's scoring a lot of goals as well in the Saudi league. He's showing that he's scoring a lot of goals as well in the Saudi league. Yeah, and he's a marketing. He's a marketing genius. You're gonna bring him. You're gonna bring him with you. He's a marketing genius, bro. So the first game that they have tomorrow is what? Southampton. Southampton at 1:30. That's the 1:30 matchup. Southampton versus Manchester United. That's gonna be Manchester United should be able to bounce back. Don't know how much players they had out on international break, but I would assume it's Manchester United. If you're playing at Manchester United, you must be getting called up somewhere. So with that said, all those players coming back from the international break, I think Bruno Fernandes and those guys as well. Manchester United, a team that just got newly promoted. Southampton, a lot of people would expect Southampton to be one of those clubs that will be going back down after this season. Do they get a point here? Manchester United is so unpredictable. Manchester United is so unpredictable. But however, with the unpredictability surrounding Manchester United, I still think that Manchester United have at least 2 goals in them in this game over a Southampton team. So I expect Manchester United to win that game versus Southampton at 1:30, at least by 2 goals. I don't know for anybody who's making bets on those games tomorrow. Manchester United tomorrow over Southampton 2-0. Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, I think they got 5 points. They haven't really lost. They drew games and won. So Nottingham Forest is also a team that is playing steady football. People, remember to hit the like button. Remember to hit the like button. Obviously, this show is gonna be a bit more about a bit more diverse topics. So we probably won't have the same audience that we usually um, um, have here. So all right. So people, just remember to hit the like button. Yes. So Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Slot. People are excited about the football that Slot is playing. He just came right in there and just kept turning it over and over. Because when Klopp left, um, a lot of people were a bit concerned. Will Liverpool drop off and then go into rebuilding mode. If you look at the transfer window, Liverpool was a team that wasn't that busy. The coach came in, Slot was able to recognize that I have the pieces here already. I can win it. I said that I think that Liverpool might win the league. Sounds crazy. And it's not because I'm a Liverpool fan. I just think that it's a really underdog team, and we don't know what the coach is going to offer. It's either some way the English league gets the best of him and Liverpool falls along the wayside. But I expect Liverpool to be um, one of the top teams this in this Premier League season. Man City, and I think Man City, they can get points off Man City. Looking at Man City, I've been watching them throughout the preseason as well. They are beatable this season. Arsenal took points off them last season. So I expect one more of these top teams will take points off Manchester this season, Manchester City. So it should be interesting. So Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. It's gonna be a real test for Liverpool. The opponent might not be a big opponent, the opponent might not be that big, where people is like Nottingham Forest, but I expect maybe this one to go off to a slow start, maybe going into the halftime break or the nil all into the halftime break, and maybe Liverpool crack it open. Should be an interesting game. I still, I would say Liverpool in this game 2-1. Let me just give Nottingham Forest one goal based on them not losing any games, and they've been quite consistent. So I would say 2-1 to Liverpool, but we know that Liverpool can definitely stretch that. But it can be a game. That's one of the 4 o'clock my time games. Manchester City versus Brentford. That's another game tomorrow as well. Brentford, Thomas Frank, really good coach. Ethan Pinnock, the Jamaican centre back, he's been sturdy there playing for that club now for a couple of years. No Ivan Tony, as he made his way out to Saudi Arabia. Some say for the money, some say for the love, some say he won't be getting an England call up. That's not my call to make. However, yes, Brentford, they have been consistent and they have performed throughout the Premier League every season when they weren't expected to. Brentford, they weren't expected to perform in the Premier League most seasons, and they just stay up. I think they have a really good head coach. I think they have a really good head coach in Thomas Frank. But I think this Manchester City team under Pep Guardiola will be too much for a Brentford side. With all that credit I gave to Brentford, I'm sorry not having an Ivan Tony. We know what Ivan Tony brought to that Brentford team as far as hold up play is concerned, going up for those 50-50 balls, posting up defenders, peeling off. Ivan Tony making those touches around the 18. Different style of play for Brentford. I think Manchester City win this game at least by 3 goals. Big deal, then. Big up yourself. Yeah, I think Manchester City win this game by at least 3 goals tomorrow. Fulham, Reese Nelson. Reese Nelson tomorrow. I really want to watch this game. Yeah, this is a game that I have written down or just wrote down that I need to watch this game tomorrow. Fulham versus West Ham. Mikel Antonio, Emil Smith Rowe, Reese Nelson. I need to see that game tomorrow. I think it's going to be a really interesting game of football. Fulham has looked very disciplined, I would say, apart from their first game, where it was, players are getting their feet wet. Um, they're finally looking like they're digging in now. Coming up against a West Ham, Fulham, coming up against a West Ham in a Mikel Antonio. Will West Ham be a little bit too tough for Fulham? Oh, I'm gonna give Fulham the edge. One much more miss a Greenwood game. I'm gonna give Fulham the edge in that game tomorrow. Let's give Fulham the edge in that game tomorrow versus West Ham. Mikel Antonio, though, coming back off international break, just scored for some goals there for Jamaica to take that one over the edge. So he's going back to his club at West Ham. Who knows? West Ham might put up a very strong fight. versus um, West Ham might put up a very strong fight versus this team. So who knows? Who knows? West Ham. So let's see if West Ham can get that one over the line. So what's your prediction, Big D Leng? I think I'm gonna go with this should be a draw game, you know. This should be a game where I can't predict. Whenever I can't predict these games, maybe there's really nil all draws right now in the Prem with these kind of clubs. Antonio Reese Nelson scoring tomorrow. Let's go 1-1 then. Or we go for a 2-all draw. I'm still not giving any of these two teams the edge tomorrow. So it's either 2-2 or 1-1. You know? It's either 2-2 or 1-1 tomorrow. But we're going for West Ham. Let's go for Fulham 2, West Ham 2. Okay, big deal then. You're going for West Ham? Okay, Mikel Antonio. Let's say Mikel Antonio gets on the board tomorrow. That would be massive. He looks like a player. He might be getting some confidence coming off the international break. So I give that one a. You said, all right. Best of for the bling. Okay, so you think West Ham, Mikel Antonio will win that one, 2-1. I think I'm going 2-2 in that game, bro. Omari Hutchinson, he's gonna be playing tomorrow. They're gonna be playing against Brighton tomorrow at 1600 hours. They're gonna be playing Brighton, Ipswich. However, they had a come on, look at their schedule. You start off your Premier League story journey by playing against a Liverpool. And the next week, you're playing against top clubs. But I think Ipswich is a team that's gonna really fight when it comes on to any team that they think has some weakness that's not a part of the big six. But the problem is Brighton is almost a big six candidate in the way how they play football. Brighton might not have the statistics and everything you look for, but big up yourself, Travis Special. But Brighton has that ability. So Omari Hutchinson will be playing tomorrow. No, it's not that I still watch Omari Hutchinson. It's just a game. It's the player. The player still didn't represent England. You know what I mean? I'm not waiting for Omari Hutchinson to play for Jamaica, but he still didn't represent England as yet. You know what I mean? Maybe Omari Hutchinson has to start thinking about whether or not England youth team helps his career, right? How about that? Maybe Omari Hutchinson has to start thinking about if the England U20 team helps his career. Wouldn't you be thinking about that as well? Taking a senior call up for Jamaica, or you want to continue to go to England youth teams? Like, think about that. Maybe that's something he had a little chance to think about. You know, that's something you have a little chance to think about, Travis. Maybe somebody say, Omari, pre this, right? You're gonna go play for England U21. You potentially can go start for Jamaica in the senior team. Macy Greenwood and them used to go in. Do you really want to do this, bro? Maybe they're asking Omari Hutchinson that. Let me know. Big up yourself, Dean Fraser. What you think, Caris? Conrad, what you think? You think that's a wild imagination? You think that's a wild imagination? Me pay gym agent and people beat me. Big deal, Hen. Yeah. One thing, you think that's a wild imagination that Macy Greenwood potentially might rethink playing for England youth teams? Because let's say Jamaica gets a Macy Greenwood next window, right? Jamaica hits another level. Jamaica hits another level, right? Omari Hutchinson sees this. What is he gonna do? He has to think about that. He has to think about that. Mikel Antonio, though, I think this international window has to be Mikel Antonio's best international window in the shirt. It's his best international window. I watched that game over and over again. Really looked at Mikel Antonio. Worked, still want a little bit more press out of him, but at this age, I don't expect to get that amount of press out of him. So, but Reese Nelson, guys, let's check out Reese Nelson tomorrow. Because we haven't got a lot of game visual on Reese Nelson as Reggae Boys fans. So let's check out Reese Nelson. Um, if you want to watch that game is at, well, 4 o'clock my time. Don't know what time that is your time, Dean Fraser and Sherman Scott. But let's check out Reese Nelson tomorrow, so everybody can say, you definitely can see if Reese Nelson is that player, because he has been on the bench. A lot of people has been going off the name. Oh, come on, guys. We need to get Reese Nelson. We need to get Reese Nelson in. He's at Arsenal. But think about that. Like, we don't, like, we haven't been seeing the player play. We haven't seen Reese Nelson play. It's 9 a.m. where you are right now. Whoa, are you in Australia? Where's that, bro? Dean Fraser, where's that? Are you in Australia? Um, Only Greenwood and Bailey better than Reese Nelson. Uh, only only Greenwood and Bailey getting Reese Nelson have tomorrow. Okay. Okay, that mean you're in. No, man. So if you're in Australia, my brother lives in Australia. I have a brother in Australia. Um, yeah. So Reese Nelson, guys, let's check out Reese Nelson. Let's check out Reese Nelson tomorrow in that game versus West Ham. Omari Hutchinson, he will be in playing against Brighton tomorrow. Brighton is this team that always starts off the Premier League really well, but they never really hold up. I can't really talk much about them. Crystal Palace tomorrow. We don't have any players at Crystal Palace tomorrow. As we say, Omari Hutchinson still hasn't played for England. So we some people are keeping their fingers crossed. Big deal, Leng. You say you link up Omari Hutchinson? Okay. And what did he say? He said he's coming to play for Jamaica or what? Did he change his mind? Big up Reggae Boys community. Big up Big Lee Leng. Big up Conrad. Big up everybody in the comment section. Sherman Scott. Yeah, man, Travis Peso, Mario, Roy, big up yourself, everybody. Yeah. So let's keep your fingers crossed. Maybe somebody give him a page, because that's even the same way I was very surprised that Leon Bailey. I was very surprised that Leon Bailey was going back to play for Jamaica that early. Leon Bailey at Aston Villa, still waiting on some update on the player. Really want to know what's gonna happen with him there. We're gonna touch on that in a bit though. Aston Villa plays tomorrow. Aston Villa plays tomorrow without a Leon Bailey. Um, man, not the time of the season that we want Leon Bailey to be out, but such is life. So Aston Villa plays tomorrow. Aston Villa has been playing very well since Emery came in as the head coach there. They play tomorrow at 1600. I don't know what the time is where you guys are, bro. 1600 is 4 o'clock. 1600 is 4 o'clock European time. So when me go over 1600, I don't know what the time is. The game is where you are. Maybe the game is like 11 in the morning or something, for no? Or 12. No, it cannot be. It's 6 hours, 7 hours. So we're 7 hours apart. If you're in UK, we are 1 hour separated. And if we are yeah, in Jamaica, I think it's 6, and different part US and Canada, I don't know. The time probably changed from 7 depending on the region or something. We are judging into family too. His agent and father talk to him. Listen, Conrad, so people are always gonna come up with that. You see why I even put that out there. So Aston Villa, we expect Aston Villa to win that game tomorrow. Versus Everton. Everton is a club that they're trying to sell right now. They need an owner. They need somebody to buy. Arsenal, the Gunners, Arsenal, they're playing Tottenham. They're playing Tottenham. Tottenham is this unpredictable team. Tottenham is like Jamaica in a way, where you feel like they're always going through a transition. But I think Tottenham, like Steve McLaren, I think Tottenham has found their head coach. No, I think this guy He's the risk taker that they needed. As soon as he can shore up that defense for Tottenham, I think they can be a very dangerous team. Not think they're ready yet. Still think they're around fifth, fourth, can fight in for that fourth spot in the Prem. But the inconsistencies are too much in their play based on how sporadic they kind of play. You want to kind of smooth that out, and maybe that's another year. Arteta took about 2 or 3 years. No, he's under a lot of pressure, Arteta. I think he has to win the Premier League this season. But hey, Arsenal gave him another long-term contract. But I think for him himself and his confidence coming from under Pep Guardiola, he got the result versus his master basically. Showed that he's more than capable of beating the top coaches. But Arteta, can he get it over the line? Can he get it over the line? Curry says, Nelson, no game time, no international football heading into our starting 11. Question, has Reese Nelson got any game? This is what I'm asking for the bling. Reese Nelson. People are saying that, hey, Reese Nelson, they're going off like the top name because he's a top caliber player. But do you consider this is the same thing like a Ravel Marsa, but now he gets the chance to play this Saturday. It's 4 p.m. my time. Um, so this Saturday he's playing against Mikel Antonio. So we're gonna be checking out that game. Chelsea plays Bournemouth this weekend tomorrow as well. That is a night game here at 9. That's in the afternoon for you guys. Bournemouth is a team unpredictable as well. Chelsea has a bit more quality. They spend the money, have some young players in Kuku and those guys coming through. Um, Cole Palmer, I don't know. Chelsea still is a bit, you just keep like there's a lot happening with the club. Chelsea, the ownership at Chelsea right now, I was reading that the ownership at Chelsea, they're trying to buy out each other. Basically, this something Lake Group and the one of the owners, because they're disagreeing on basically how they want to go forward with the club, Chelsea, and all this massive spending. So I was reading that they're basically trying to buy out each other. So Chelsea, there's a lot of backroom stuff. Okay, so it's gonna be 12:58 p.m. in Central America. Okay, 4 p.m. is 12. Okay, all right. Nelson and any 10. So we expect Chelsea to win that game tomorrow. Wolves, Newcastle. Expect Newcastle to win that. I think Newcastle has just exploded over the past 2 seasons. Eddie Howe, he got that club sorted out. Good ownership came in, lot of money being spent. They brought in good players, and Newcastle became competitive. Growing up, we're watching a Newcastle with Alan Shearer and those guys, top striker. Newcastle always competitive, but those clubs took a dip. They took a massive, massive dip. Lot of Jamaicans are playing when it comes on. Latibodir, I think Latibodir plays tomorrow. I think Joel Latibodir plays tomorrow. Um, I think Joel Latibodir he plays tomorrow. Let's see the matches. Coventry. Mm, Dishard Bernard, he's playing tomorrow as well. Um, Burnley, Leeds, Swansea, Jamal Lowe. Let me see where match day. Burnley, Norwich. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday. So that Dishard Bernard and Jamal Lowe, they're playing tomorrow in the championship at 4 p.m. my time. I think he says that's what 12:58 Central Time. So he's playing tomorrow. Coventry. That's Joel Latibodier. He's playing um at 16. He's playing Watford tomorrow. Casey Palmer, right? I think Casey Palmer made a move to Hull. He made a move to Hull, right? He's playing. I just got on it and big up yourself, Bureau Golden. He just wrote that Casey Palmer is playing now. Casey Palmer is playing now. So Hull is playing. They're playing Sheffield United. Sheffield United got relegated last season. Let's look at guys. You remember the striker, Devonte Cole. Devonte Cole that was supposed to get his document. Um, Devonte Cole. He's supposed to get his document for Jamaica. They brought him. They bought him from, I think, Barnsley. They bought him from Barnsley, and he's at West Brom, but he's on the bench to this other striker called Josh Maja. This guy's been scoring a lot of goals, and I think that's a player that can come in there for Shamar Nicholson. I know he's on the bench in the championship, but he was in League One. He had about close to 20 goals last season. He trained with the Reggae Boys um, last season, and his club is second in the championship, the EFL. Devontae Cole. Obviously, they saw something in him. I think he's about 28, 29 ish. I think he's ripe for the World Cup in 2 years, because they're assuming buying him at West Brom that they can at least go up to the Prem and get a season out of him. So Jamaica would be looking for a striker for 2 years at least, till Shamar Nicholson can get his game up and compete to take that starting spot. So in the EFL Championship, yeah, we have Sunderland leading the championship, West Brom, Derby County. What happened to Stoke? I think Ricardo Fuller is still at Stoke, right? He's a part of the coaching staff there at Stoke. QPR, they're way down the table, 11 and 12. Norwich, they kind of slipped off. Look, Joel Latibeaudiere and Coventry, they're all the way down at number 17 in the EFL Championship, as well as Casey Palmer, Hull City. They're at number 19. Whoa, they're almost close to the relegation. Early part of the season, and Bishard Bernard is at number 20. So they're all the way down there in the lower tier of the championship. So listen, when you look at the pool of players, that's what we're working on, and that's what we're looking at. So that's why we kind of have to zoom in on those games. United States, they're going to be much more competitive in the region, bringing in such a top head coach in this region. You still watch Hutchinson, JT? I don't watch Hutchinson because he used to play for Jamaica. Match sharpness could be an issue. He's a quality player, no doubt. On the bench, Casey Palmer playing now. Casey Palmer is on the bench right now, Avis. Is he not starting for Hull? Probably he doesn't understand the system as yet. I don't know. Is he not starting for Hull? If you bring in a Casey Palmer now, you expect Casey Palmer to start. You at least expect Casey Palmer. People, remember, take the like button. You expect a Casey Palmer to start. So you remember before, people used to could call out a lot of players that could potentially, a lot of heritage players who could potentially play for Caribbean countries. But when you really look around, a lot of these players are in a lot of lower league. USA run this region. Yeah, the USA. Yeah, USA. I would say the USA run this region. Let's see. Let's see CONCACAF ranking, right? I think United States is number one. CONCACAF ranking. Let's see quick one for. So the CONCACAF ranking, okay, number one is Mexico. Mexico is the number one team in CONCACAF. With 1,882 points with a +3. United States, okay, they're number two with 18,005 -5. Canada is number three with 17,000. Panama is number four, 17,000. Costa Rica is number five, 16,000. Okay, so Jamaica can catch up to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is on 16,000, 1,688. and Jamaica is on 1,610, but with a minus 26. Costa Rica has a plus 38. Um, so Jamaica has some ground there to make up. Honduras, they're at least what, 1,600? They have at least 200 points behind us. So we don't have much to worry about there. Haiti, the next one, Guatemala, Trinidad, they're like, so we're in the, so we're ranked, Jamaica is ranked around number six. Palma joined whole few days before he joined Jamaica call up. Palma just come from international. Yeah, let's see who's the worst team in CONCACAF. It's Angola. Oh my God. Angola is the worst team in CONCACAF. They have 141 points, followed by US Virgin Island. Wow, that's the top ranking in CONCACAF. That's the top ranking in CONCACAF. I want to see what the top. I want to see the top UEFA ranking. Yeah, this is not like club full ranking. Want to see top UEFA ranking here. Cannot be England. Right now, it's is it England that's ranked number one? Cannot this cannot be right. Based on what I'm seeing here, it can't be England. JT Casey Palmer will be Omari will play in the championship next season, and England will forget about him, says Colin Quest. USA are getting better every year. Jerome 876, I totally agree. Um, if push comes to shove and a team has to carry the region on its back in major tournament, that team is still Mexico. Okay. All right. JT, Casey Palmer will play in the game today because after Jamaica on Tuesday night, Europe time, that's Wednesday, he wouldn't have a proper recovery. Okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense. In UEFA right now, is it England ranked number one? No. Well, they might go by a league. Maybe we need to see. Let me just see FIFA ranking. We look at the CONCACAF. Let's just look at the FIFA ranking, right? All right. The FIFA ranking. Oh, Argentina. Because I was like, shocked. How that happened? I was like, did they copy and paste? Jamaica is going to drop down to 61 due to a draw with Cuba. Ireland are going to drop down to 62 due to defeats England and Greece. Whoa. And I'm just looking at the FIFA rankings here. So what we got here? Argentina, France, Spain. So Spain is ranked number 3 in the world. England number 4. So those two teams were, so France still ranked higher than the two teams that played in the finals of the European the Euros in this year's Euros. Brazil is at number 5. Belgium. I just don't think Belgium is that good. Belgium is number 6. Man, I think Belgium is overhyped. I haven't seen Belgium played any football. Trust me. I haven't seen Belgium played any football, bro. Belgium is so overhyped. I think people are still going up because De Bruyne is Belgian. Bro, Belgium is overhyped. How is Belgium number 6 in the FIFA rankings, bro? How can Belgium be number 6 in the FIFA rankings? If England ever ranked number 1, this press will go ballistic. Bro, how can Belgium be number 6? You've seen Belgium, right? In the last few tournaments. They've been a terrible team. They've been a really terrible team. They've been a real terrible team, Belgium. So I don't know how they rank number six. However, um, the Netherlands, I think the Netherlands should be ahead of Belgium. The Netherlands, they look even much better in the Euros as well. Um, they beat a really good Germany team. So I think the Netherlands is a way better team. Belgium, soft. Portugal, still think Portugal is better than a Belgium. Colombia, all right. Colombia is deserved number nine, and Italy rounds off the top 10. All right, so let's just look from 10 to 20. Then we have Uruguay, number 11. We have Croatia, Germany, Morocco, Switzerland, USA. Okay. Austria. Wow, bro, there's a lot of teams in front of us. Even Norway, and Norway is terrible. They're 50. South Africa better. Yo, how crazy this is that the coach of Jamaica left from the 59 team to go and coach, to take a job to coach the 58th team in the in the competition, in the FIFA ranking. Ireland was ranked 58 and Jamaica 59, and Hal Grimson took the coaching job. That's crazy. Tired of Netherlands now. Can't win nothing yet. Same thing, bro. I've been a Dutch fan, a fan of Dutch football for a long time. They just cannot win anything. We had Robin. When they had Robin was the time to win. JT, I think that they should get some friendly against two few top ranked team between and get. So yo, Mario, make sure you check out Reese Nelson tomorrow. Guys, I need to get your opinion. People hit the like button. We need to know because I hear you know how we know how Reese Nelson is playing. Mason Greenwood is playing. Fans, you know at Marseille that Mason Greenwood is lighting it up. You know why he's not at Manchester United. He's actually playing. The difference is Reece Nelson has been projected as a huge talent, but he hasn't been playing. That's the thing. People, remember to hit the like button on the video. Remember to hit the like button on the video. Really appreciate it. With the new coach, we'll see more competitive, friendly against better opponents. What do you think? Manchester United. I think Eric Ten Hag gets fired. Um, Remember, no, Eric Ten Hag was Steve McLaren's assistant. I think Eric Ten Hag gets fired halfway into the season. I think Eric Ten Hag gets fired halfway into the season. Let's say he loses tomorrow to us. A South, what is it, Sunderland or Southampton? I think Southampton. If he loses tomorrow to Southampton, he's in a lot of problems. I think he's getting fired soon. I think yeah. I don't think Manchester United fans will be so patient to just have a coach. They're just losing at Manchester United. They just Southampton, yeah. Manchester United versus Southampton tomorrow. That district. So the potential Southampton has what 21% chance of winning. The draw is 23%. So the draw is highly more likely than Southampton winning. They still have Manchester United at only halfway at 56. So Eric Ten Hag, and I'm sure a coach like Steve McLaren, who was Ten Hag, was his assistant, then he became Ten Hag's assistant. I'm sure they still carry out dialogues and they talk about maybe what he saw in the game. Duffel bag six says sack the egg. Yo, fam. Yo, I think Ten Hag gets I think he gets the sack halfway into the season. I think he gets the sack halfway into the season. Manchester United fans are just they're not they're not patient enough to have somebody at Manchester United just losing. The man there says, yo, the coach got to go. But Ten Hag is gonna say, okay, I won you guys a trophy. Listen, for Manchester United, the only trophy that really matters is raising the EPL, bro. Is that Premier League trophy. And Manchester United, that's what people care about. That trophy at Manchester United. Lifting the Premier League. Yeah, you could lift the FA Cup, all those other little cups. or the Champions League. It's either Champions League at Manchester United is either Champions League. Big up yourself, know yourself. At Manchester United is the Premier League or Champions League. Manu has invested so much to support Ten Hag. It is sad, but CR told us about the man long before this. We just did. Listen, CR is very he's biased towards Ten Hag. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is biased towards Ten Hag. I think he's biased. I strongly think he has some level of bias towards the man because Ten Hag was somebody who made it difficult for him when he came back to Manchester United. He wanted to take over the dressing room. He wanted to take over the dressing room, and Ten Hag didn't let him. And Cristiano Ronaldo has been salty ever since. That's what's going on. Cristiano Ronaldo is salty that Eric Ten Hag didn't give him the team. And at that time, there was a lot happening at Manchester United dressing room. It was a bit chaotic. So I think Ten Hag had to just get things back in and reel it back in. And Cristiano Ronaldo was one of the casualties. I think he was there under Solskjaer as well. He came in and he was disruptive. Ten Hag, I think I don't know if he can survive in the Premier League. I think the Premier League demands too much of a coach. I think he needs time. He looks better at a club like a Ajax, a Dortmund, those kind of clubs. A Leipzig, getting those clubs grinding in the European League and competitive in the German league. I just don't see him winning the Prem. He just doesn't give me the personality of a Premier League winning manager. When you look on the sideline, the guy who wins the Premier League, it's like he comes with the sideline. When you look at a Pep Guardiola with his hand in his pocket or a Klopp in his jacket, or you look at the ball head, you look at Slot on the sideline, like those guys, they just look like they're there to get it. Another good coach that I think this year that's going to be a superstar is that coach at Brighton. I love the way he has Brighton looking this season. I think he's German, playing really fluent. I can see he has that savagery that it takes to compete in the Premier League. I think for real, he looks like that kind of coach. So Ten Hag for me doesn't have that. He need the board treatment. Ten Hag could never allow though the rest of them would respect him. CR wanted to run over the coach for that. Yeah, that's what happened. CR7 wanted to control the dressing room and run over the coach. That's the thing when you have a player in your team where his personality is bigger than the team. And it's a lot of coaches try to stamp that out before it really start to get out of hand. Because everybody here know if you have another player, Ibrahimovic, those kind of player. Remember him and Pep Guardiola wasn't getting along at Barcelona. His career took a swing there. Personality. He said Pep Guardiola had a problem with him. Even driving a nice car to the training, to the building. Because Pep Guardiola is he's like a modest, in his mind, probably a modest Spaniard who believes in just studying the game, the focus of getting everything right. You know what I mean? So you need that in a coach. You need that in a coach. And I don't think Manchester United has that. They're trying to fix this problem, but I don't know. I think until they decide to really take a year and just rebuild, where they say every single player they're buying is under a certain age, under the age of 25. And they say we take a year where we're gonna we just stay up. We just stay up. And then not all of those players are gonna make it out. And then whoever makes it out, you're adding that core with a fresh new group of players or pieces that your team needs. When you look at the Bruno Fernandes, he's always looking like he's complaining. Just like it's like Bruno. It's like the man just always look depressing, fam. Every time you look at Bruno, you just look depressing. Like you're like, God damn, like the man always a complaint to the referee. Every time you see Bruno Fernandes, and I'm like, bro, just shut up and play. You know what I mean? It's like football. Ten Hag looks the part, but it's just that he looks. But unfortunately, it doesn't translate into the quality football. Yeah, and I don't really have a problem with this style of football. I just don't know what it is. I just think Manchester United and Chelsea is like both going through the similar problem of like building a team. You know what I mean? They're two. You never know what you go get kind of teams right now. Those two teams, you never know what you're gonna get from a Chelsea or a Manchester United. Nine hog. So what's that? Nine hog. But still don't think he's the man for the job at United. Yeah. I think they might go for Southgate, you know. You know what? They might just give Southgate that thing. They might give Southgate that thing, make Southgate cause some real headache. You see me I say? Sheffield up one on hold. Oh wow. It's Casey Palmer. How does Casey Palmer look? Conrad. Oh, Casey Palmer look out there. Let me see. It's not on his goal. It's not on his goal. I'm gonna go on another website right now, no, bro. Oh, Borussia Dortmund a play right now. Hold. All right. Let's see again. Maybe we can check it out since we're there already. We can look and see how Hull look. Actually, nice. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Jesus Christ. Casey Palmer start. Yo, Casey Palmer start. Conrad. I try to find the starting lineup. What? I don't see him. Okay. I think the then that makes sense. May I watch it? No. I'm not have time for you watch. Brother, that's better. I don't have time for you watch whole pana Friday night, brother. You don't want me how to watch whole. You know what I mean? I have a big side I play, bro. Tomorrow the big side them I run out. Tomorrow is the EPL. And we went over them. We went over the game. The Southampton, we expect. Conrad, I don't know. Do you bet on the games, bro? I think tomorrow I didn't in the last 2 weeks. Because this is the early part of the season. You never know how teams are gonna play. Tomorrow now, I'm really on it tomorrow now. So tomorrow I expect Manchester United to score 2 goals in that game. Liverpool 2-1 in that game over Nottingham Forest. Manchester City 3-1 over Brentford. Fulham 2-2 with West Ham, Mikel Antonio, Reece Nelson. Crystal Palace. I expect this game to draw 1-1. Crystal Palace, Leicester. Ipswich, Brighton. I think Brighton has too much to offer right now. I don't think Ipswich will be able to hold up with Omari Hutchinson and those guys. Chelsea, I expect them to beat Bournemouth tomorrow. Though Bournemouth do have the potential to spring the odd upset. Aston Villa over Everton. Expect them to win that tomorrow. Aston Villa. No Leon Bailey though. Leon Bailey needs to get rest up and get ready for the EPL for the Champions League. He's going to be playing Champions League football. Tottenham, Arsenal. I'm going Arsenal because they've been most consistent team. Still think Tottenham can beat them though. Arsenal do have these teams that run up on them sometimes, and you have to wonder. Newcastle, I don't expect any problem there. I think they should beat Wolves and square it off tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a quite straightforward game with Manchester United over 2-0 over Southampton, Liverpool 2-1 over Nottingham Forest, 3-1 Manchester City over Brentford, and Fulham 2-2 West Ham. I expect to get all those people. Let me know. I expect to get all these games correct. So if I get all these games correct, yes, I'm rich. Southampton, um, two over. What am I say? 2-0 Manchester United over Southampton. 2-1 Liverpool over Nottingham Forest. Manchester City 3-1. Brentford 2-2. Crystal Palace 1-1. Brighton, I'm gonna go Brighton 3-1 over Ipswich. Aston Villa, I expect at least a 2-1 win there. Chelsea Bournemouth, I'm going 3-2 plus 3.5 in that game. I'll go over the 3.5 in the Chelsea game. Bournemouth game, I'm expecting goals in there. Maybe that's the game where Nicholas Jackson just runs in there and do something reckless. No, I don't. Some guys and girls I know that do. Tottenham, yeah, we expect them to win. So World Cup qualification, that's next year. Not much to talk about there. That's next year. The Nations League is what's there to prep you basically and get you ready for the World Cup qualifications. And that's what we're gonna be going on before we get to the overtime. World Cup qualifications. Yeah, so Jamaica doesn't have any hard opponent, I think, anytime soon. Jamaica kind of has a little cruise control route when you look at CONCACAF. So they will just get the points there and they're able to move on. But I think the further we go in the Nations League, I think the better we are in the better we are in the World Cup qualification. And I think we should also win the Gold Cup next year. Jamaica should win the Gold Cup, bro. If we win the Gold Cup and if we win the Nations League, like we need to run up, tell people say, yo, done up, run up. Like we need to win it, bro. We need to win it, bro. The time where we always saying we have the squad, we have everything. It's time to win it, man. It's time to win it. I know the United States is bringing in a top head coach in Pochettino, but we have a quality head coach as well. Panama has a quality head coach. Mexico, I don't know if they have a head coach. Last time I checked, they've been firing head coaches left and right. Nicaragua game is not going to be easy. Nicaragua game, I just think they don't have the juice to beat Jamaica, bro. I think Jamaica is gonna be too physical. I think watching that Honduras game showed me how international football that sometimes if you don't have the passing and you're not getting the goals, you have to be physical enough to beat teams. Have to be physical enough to beat teams. Because look, when are two teams who has players at the top level, when are Spain and England played in the Euro finals, those are two teams that have players at the top level. So they balance out themselves at some point. But then there's comes strength and speed of a player like a Nico Williams, who's getting up and down the field quickly, skill in a Yamal, youthful exuberance. Spain had these as the X factor. I think England was just predictable. We're like, all right, every day they argue, get Phil Foden in the 10. That's his best position. Gotta get Phil Foden in there. Bro, it's Phil Foden. Phil Foden is a club player. Phil Foden's club form doesn't translate to international football. I think a player like Grealish game translates better from club football to international football. I just don't know why. Every time I see a Phil Foden in the international shirt, he's struggling. I've never seen him look his true self as when you would see him at a Manchester City. I never. It's always when you've seen him for England, it's like they're trying to fit him in the team, or they're trying to build a team around him. It's like they're trying to build a team around him. Yeah. So we can't win Gold Cup. We always bust youths. No man, it can't happen, man. Nations League, 4 points versus Nicaragua, 4 points, 6 pointer. I will hit the turf. It's a turf. Hit the turf in Nicaragua though. If they beat Nicaragua and move to 7 points, the attendance at the stadium should be good. Yeah, turf. Yeah, that's a thing. Players like Mikel Antonio, them thing are too good still. But that's the game. That's the game. That's the game. That's football. That's football. And that's the game. You get the link. That's the game. So people, with this World Cup qualifier games that's coming up, but Nations League next window, Jamaica plays Honduras again as well, October 14. Remember that at the National Stadium. People, Jamaica plays Honduras at the National Stadium. That's gonna be another banger, and that's gonna be another good show. You see me? That's gonna be another banger, and that's gonna be another good show. So people, but bless up on yourself on the Friday night, Obviously, a lot of people is gonna be streaming. Now go get a lot of content. The turf, no man. But yeah, I think what time is it? 9 o'clock. Maybe we do a Jamaica stream, but we did want to drop the Premier League thing, so we get the Premier League show to the road. So maybe we link on the back later and do a Jamaica stream or something. So people, we don't know the thing going on. Bless up on yourself. All right.